Gung-ho reaction, a topic taboo. Hey there, kids, it's Folie. That photo we posted will definitely give people some kind of feel.
It'll give you feelings. It'll probably give you all the same feelings it gave us.
Yeah.
Namely, shame.
Aforementioned. Is that the right word?
Aforementioned, yeah.
Thank you.
Don't ever question your use of aforementioned. Ever again.
Good. I'm glad I did that properly.
I like the idea of someone using it wrong, though. I'm trying to figure out, like, I will meet you at the aforementioned. Well, I mean, that could be correct.
Yeah.
That's a very aforementioned hairstyle you have.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, unless we never mind.
Talked about me getting it
before.
and then
but see, I feel like if I said that to you, that would be such a, like, that's the hair we talked about. It's aforementioned. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, Amy hates my hair. But she feels that she needs to say something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Remember that next time. If someone tells you, says anything about your hair is aforementioned,
it's wrong.
They're panicking and they think you look like
meep.
Total meep. Are we meeping shit?
I don't know. Guys, should we meep shit?
Are you shit? I mean, shit is almost crap nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And crap is like poo.
Like nothing.
Yeah. Language evolves.
It does. I wonder what the next evolution of shit will be.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, is there anything that's very shocking anymore?
Not really.
Besides genuine selfless love.
Oh.
That was deep.
That was deep.
Just in case you didn't catch it, that was intentionally deep.
And just in case you didn't know, this is Folie Do.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm Melody.
I'm Amy.
And we're doing it.
We're doing it. We feel good about the fact that we do not plan anything now.
Yeah. We feel so good about it that we only asked each other once today, do we have anything to talk about? And we said no. Mm-mm. And we were like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, if you say no, that's exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
Because that's in your truth.
It's in our truth anyway.
We cannot fight our own nature. It is too powerful.
We've tried.
If you've listened from day one, God bless your soul.
If you have, wow. This is the full episode number 18.
18?
What?
We're an adult podcast now.
Kind of.
We turned 18. I feel like that means something.
Oh, I just got that.
What should we do for 21?
Oh, guys, tell us, what should our drink be for our 21st episode?
Folie Do drop, right?
We need to make that. We need to. Wait, is that what I made before?
I don't remember what we called it, but whatever it was good.
It was really good.
It was that drink that we were like, this hasn't affected me at all.
Yeah, and it has.
You looked strong, but it obviously wasn't.
Yeah, it was effective.
And then we listened to the episode. Yeah.
We realized we were dead wrong.
Dead wrong. But in the best.
Red dong.
Dong.
Dead wrong. Red dong.
Oh my God. That's not the worst thing I've heard you blurt out this week, but it's close.
I don't know what's happening to me.
It just makes me want red velvet cake.
It makes me want red dong.
What would that even be?
I don't know.
There are many options, I guess.
Mom, don't
Not
listen.
all of them politically correct.
I was just kidding.
Ding dongs.
The red velvet ding dongs.
Red velvet ding dongs. Give us a 2-pack.
Creamy center.
Oh God.
I'm deleting this. This is going to be edited out.
This is our first thing that we decide is really, truly
super inappropriate.
Yeah.
I got a message in our inbox the other day.
Oh.
No, not like from our listener. It was from Stitcher.
Oh.
And I was like, oh God, we're getting in trouble for being
We need an explicit
erotic.
warning.
Oh no, yeah, explicit.
This is not erotic.
Well, the red dong thing might be.
It's an attempt at eroticism.
It's
whether it's succeeded.
Childish.
I mean, that creamy center. Just let us know, you guys. Are you turned on? Don't tell us.
Definitely no.
But if you want to tell us, it's folie.a.duo
at
gmail.com.
Yeah. Do you remember how hard it was for us to remember that?
Yeah, it was really
at the
sad.
Beginning?
Really sad. But that's because we were trying to do all this other stuff, like plan what we were going to say.
Yeah, that was too much. It's too hard to try to remember what we're going to say and all of our credentials.
Credentials.
Not the right word.
Every other podcast I listen to is all like us, review, subscribe. Oh, here's another 5-star review we got. Yeah.
Well, we haven't gotten one.
Okay, we're not bitter though.
No,
we just don't want to waste your time.
I think like 5.
Yeah, we've got some 5-star reviews.
We've had like 4 or 5-star reviews on iTunes. That's the tits, guys.
That is. We love you for it.
If we knew who you were, me, you, Vu, Ransom,
your
my mom.
That's pretty much all of us. And maybe one mystery person. Or maybe multiple accounts.
I think I did see that there was a couple that I didn't know who they were.
And actually, I don't think I've reviewed us on iTunes yet.
Amy?
I did on Stitcher, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did on Stitcher?
Yeah.
I haven't ever even listened to us on Stitcher.
We are way better on Stitcher. No, we're just...
Guys, everybody listen to us on Stitcher. It's so much better.
Also, I feel like our listener is wondering what was in that email.
Oh, yeah.
And we totally got distracted.
So all it was that I thought that it was going to say something about us being like...
Yeah.
I was like, I'm scared of authority. So I was like, what is this? Well, I remembered after it said in the email that I had messaged them months ago and never got a response. And they were apologizing for that.
How nice.
Yeah, but they still didn't answer my question.
What? That's insane.
All my question was that it had taken a long time for it to show up on Stitcher.
Oh, okay.
I think. And so I didn't know if we had done it correctly. All the things that we needed to. I think that's what it was. I don't even remember. But it was like, if your issue wasn't resolved, please get back with us. We are, going to do much better in the future to not let this kind of thing happen.
Well, that's nice.
So thank you, Stitcher.
Thank you, Stitcher. Automated response to lots of angry people.
Yeah.
We're not angry because you got us now.
We were frightened.
We were.
But it's fine.
I love it when people respond to emails. And I'm going to make such an effort to always respond to emails and texts now. Like, do it so much harder than I ever have.
Yeah, because people don't realize it's just like...
It's wrong.
It's so easy not to. Like, you can't, because you're not face to face, like... If I ask you a question, you can't just run away from me.
Although I think I have.
Yeah. But if you're faced with any kind of awkward situation, and like with my job, I get inquiries every day. Yeah. Especially with weddings, I make sure to put in every detail to let them know that I've, read every question that they've sent me.
That's amazing.
And then 9 times out of 10, I get no response back. And unless they book me, you know what I mean? But then, but sometimes I get that, no, it's just over budget or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, it really is a lot of time. You shouldn't do that to people. I actually have high school seniors who are better about replying to emails, even if it's a response of, I can't afford it, than I have grown women who are getting married.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is conflict avoidance.
Agreed.
Some of it is overwhelm. And I understand we can't spend all day answering emails. I don't answer people who ask me to sell makeup for them.
No.
Or Jamberry nails.
Yeah.
Or sex toys or
the It Works stuff.
All those pyramid scheme things.
No.
I used to answer them all, and I got overwhelmed. So I wrote a blanket thing that you see it in my Facebook and Instagram profile that I don't buy or sell that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's that, you know. But if it's someone you have business with who took the time to write you a thoughtful response, you should at least say something.
At least say something like, sorry, we went another way.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. It takes such a small amount of time.
It really, really does. And it makes us not, like, I guarantee most of us who are business owners, who are waiting on that response, like, that's on our mind constantly.
Yeah.
Like, did we... was it the price? Was it this? Do I need to follow up with them?
Yeah.
When should I follow up with them? And they would just make it so much easier on our brains.
If you could just
and
close
anxiety.
it off.
If they could just close off. Yeah. That's it.
This girl, a couple days ago, I noticed that she had sent me a text asking me to sub for her. Oh. And I never responded because I missed it.
Yeah.
And there was a part of me in the past that would have been like, oops, and then moved on. And I was like, no, like, there's probably a part of her brain that's like, oh, she didn't even bother responding.
Yeah.
So I just wrote her and I said, hey, I guess it's too late to do it now. Yeah. I'm sorry I missed this.
Yeah.
And she wrote back a really nice response that, like, haha, that's okay. Thanks for responding.
Good.
And I felt better about it.
And yeah, I mean, it just takes a moment.
Just a moment.
It just takes a moment. And it's a very considerate thing to do.
It doesn't have to be poetry either.
No.
It can be an emoji. There are times when I would rather that emoticon. I'm sorry.
No, please.
Wait,
do.
Am I supposed to say emoji or emoticon? I can't remember which one.
We
makes
talked
you
about
angry.
this. No. Neither one of them make me angry, but I do remember that time that you said emoticon, or I don't even remember, and I just looked at you like real weird. It's like today when you said meme.
I got in trouble from 2 people for saying meme, and I can't stop saying it.
Instead of meme.
Are you sure it's not Mimi?
It's spelt Mimi.
It is.
We've had this exact conversation on this exact podcast before, Amy. And we've had people message us and say it's meme, pronounced M-E-E-M.
Who says?
I'll go back and find it.
Well, okay, but let's just...
And then we talked about how the guy who invented the GIF even calls it a GIF.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember now?
But who invented the meme? See?
Maybe it's somebody named Mimi.
Larry Meme?
Larry Meme.
Larry Meme.
Meme. You're about to get maimed.
It's a good invention. Let's just say that.
It is. It's very nice. It gives me a lot of laughter.
It does. And I like to make my own now that I have an app.
Yeah, it's fun. Which app do you have? Oh, gosh. Okay. This reminds me. Don't let me forget to talk about the app. But do you have Mematic?
No.
Oh, that's the one that I have to make my memes. There's also like Meme Maker, and there's a ton of them.
I have Meme Maker, and it always makes me a little bit sad though when I look at the little icon that comes with it, because it reminds me of that horrible episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, which one?
It's got like the laughing face on it. Like, do you remember that episode? Yeah. This is not interesting to anyone who. Let's just say anyone, but especially anyone who hasn't watched Black Mirror.
So good, though.
It's just such a good,
if you haven't,
incredibly
you should.
disturbing episode.
So I've noticed that, and I can't help but notice also that it's listeners of ours, and I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but we talked about this particular app once. What the Forecast?
Yes.
And I have noticed quite a few of my friends have that app now, and they always are posting and sharing. Yeah. And so I don't know whether they heard of it from the podcast.
Of course they did. I mean,
I'm going to say
we basically made What the Forecast.
Yeah, we really did. Well, we made it what it is now.
Yeah. I mean, it was about to go under.
It was, and then we get emails all the time like, "Thank you. Oh my God, we just keep getting more." Yeah, we'd love to sponsor you. And now that we are like so filthy rich because of your podcast, we can. but we don't want to.
Those are the only emails I actually won't respond to.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a little bit patronizing.
Yeah. And also, we're like, we don't need her handout. We've got plenty of our own fully real, very genuine sponsors.
We do. And
very serious sponsors.
We get some serious coin from them.
Yeah.
As in, like, at least one coin.
Yeah. It doesn't,
it's not about the money.
No.
It's not about the service.
We're not doing this for
anything,
for any reason, other than fulfillment of, the personal kind.
Your pleasure.
Of your pleasure.
And ours.
And by pleasuring you, we get pleasure.
We do. And, we've been told that people like the fact that we don't know what we're doing.
Yes, recently quite a few people have said that.
Yeah, so thank you.
Yes.
We would have continued this way one way or the other, but we do feel better about it, knowing that you get the fact that
we have no purpose.
This is what you get.
You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, okay? Yeah. Anybody who's over the age of 4 knows that.
I heard my 8-year-old say it the other day.
Well, he is genius in his before his time.
He is. And he's been a real pain in the ass today.
Well, I still say it's probably, just...
Yeah. I mean, listen, I love that kid. I am obsessively adoring of that kid. But man... he just would not let up today. Just one little thing after another.
They have those days.
And I'm going to tell you the truth. That's the truth.
And that is it.
That is.
And I just did it. So do you want to hear something weird?
I really do. Okay.
So I told you this story already, but I want to say it. Basically, no, maybe it's not something weird. Yeah, I guess it's kind of weird. Okay, so last week we mentioned a person, Jonathan, who had written in to one of our questions. And this person, I was convinced, and he's just going to hear this right now, was like, I didn't think that he lived in this area. And I thought that he somehow stumbled across Folie and he was just like a listener from afar.
Which would have been really exciting.
It was so exciting.
I mean, regardless, it's so exciting.
I'm still going to pretend like he was, but come to find out, and I found out because we were recently at the same concert, and he messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, come say hey to us, come dance with us." And I was like, wait a tick. You're here? And yeah, he lives here. He just happened to have been traveling. And so the last, quite a few of his posts on Instagram were from California. So that's where I assumed.
Pacific Crest Trail, which is a dream of mine.
So you follow him too.
Yes, and I'm sorry, Jonathan. It doesn't make me love you any less, but I don't even know how I know you. All I know is that I enjoy you.
Well, you know what is going to be amazing? We are having that very guy.
That guy.
As a guest.
On this very podcast.
So basically he's going to be our first guest if we can get him in here.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do next week.
Basically, he's famous and he discovered us. And he moved here because of us.
Ooh, I like that story.
That's pretty weird.
I mean, that is weird.
Yeah.
But so I thought that was funny. I thought it was it was stupid of me.
Mm-hmm.
It
felt that way.
I was just like, oh, this is so cool. And then I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
It's still pretty weird. It is pretty weird, though, that you guys ended up at the same venue. And you have a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And
it was weird.
I have something weird, too, but it's really gross.
Oh, I want to know all about that.
Okay. And it's also sort of did I do the wrong thing? My family just spent some time in Tampa Bay in Florida, and we had a nice time, and we did beachy things, and I'm still bronzed, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But our final day was a little rough, and I won't go into the whole thing, but I will say that we were sitting in the airport. Mm-hmm. We were exhausted.
Yeah.
And I was drawing a picture with my daughter, and it was our first moment of peace. I haven't told this story on the podcast, have I?
No.
And all of a sudden, this man who's been sitting quietly across from us starts projectile vomiting.
Oh.
My instincts to run away just kicked in. I mean, it was splashing, and my child was there, and it wasn't stopping.
I would have thrown up, too.
Yeah, it was horrendous. And his wife was sitting next to him, and she goes, "I'm sorry." And I was just like, as I'm running away with my child in my arms, I'm like, "I'm sorry, he's sick, but we have to go." And then I started to feel, super guilty that I ran away from a vomiting person. I mean, I know it's, what else are you going to do? I mean, was I going to give him a hug? No, of course not. But
I think I probably would have.
You would have?
Because my brain goes there.
You would have cupped it in your hands.
I probably would have. And then not thought anything of why I was projectile vomiting 3 days later.
And then everyone in the airport is projectile vomiting.
Exactly.
What they're
I'm the
witnessing.
cause of projectile vomit. Okay, do go on.
So all of a sudden I turn around because we ran away like 3 rows of chairs away, and he's gone and his wife is gone. But
the vomit is not.
The vomit is not. And there are people just milling around completely unaware. And I'm like, I need to do something. I mean, somebody... There's just so many reasons I need to do something. So we end up like talking to 2 different airport workers, maintenance people, before someone finally puts a sign up that says not to go over there. And I think the saga's over.
They needed caution tape.
Yeah, they did. I know. And I think the saga's over, but I'm sitting there like thinking, he looks like unusually unwell. Like, who just starts vomiting like that, not even knowing that it was about to happen? I mean, maybe. I don't know. And I started to feel guilty. And all of a sudden I turn around and he's sitting there.
Oh, no.
He's sitting there with his wife. They've come back. And his skin is ash gray. And he's holding his right side and he's hunched forward. And I'm just like, they can't get on this plane.
No.
And I know that sounds like, it could sound selfish. Like, oh, I don't want someone puking on me on the plane. Which, of course, the natural human instinct, no, you don't.
Right.
But I was thinking, what if his appendix just burst? I mean, there's something wrong with this guy.
So many things could go wrong up there.
Yeah.
And it could make an entire plane of people sick.
Exactly. And, what if he could die in the air because he's not getting the proper attention? Or yes, and this is where I'm going to ask if I'm a terrible person. Another thing is, if he's that sick and we have to turn around the plane, everybody's flight gets screwed up.
It's 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know how badly you don't want to miss a flight in an airport. But I whispered to Vu, I was like, I think if he starts to get on the plane, we need to tell somebody that he seems really unwell. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know if that makes me a terrible person, but I don't think he needs to be on this plane.
Yeah.
And then I turn around and he's gotten up and started leaning against the wall, holding his side. And Vu's like, don't look now, but he looks like he's even worse.
Oh, no.
And I was like, crap, we've got to do something. Like, for some reason, I've taken it all upon me because I was the first person to see him puke. I feel like he's sort of mine now.
Yeah. I get it. You make eye contact and it's like...
Yeah. And then, thankfully, and I felt thankful, which also made me feel bad, about 10 minutes later, they were gone, and they never got on the plane.
I mean, hopefully he went to the hospital.
Yeah, I've been praying for him every day, hoping that he's okay.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about the situation. But I did not want him on that plane with us.
No. Ugh.
Okay. So I'm not a horrendously awful person then.
Not for that reason, no.
No. Many other reasons.
Many other that I could name, but I won't.
Thank you. I mean, if you do, I'll just feel like you're trying to flatter me.
I was, and I don't know if my... It's fine. I hope that you guys are getting good sound right now. I have no idea. Ooh. when I turned it over here, I'm getting better sound.
Let me see. Oh, me too.
Look at that.
Okay, I'm sorry that if my long story about vomit was not loud enough, because I feel like you probably
people are like, actually, I turned it down as soon as I heard the word vomit.
Yeah.
No, that stuff doesn't bother me, actually. It does to see it.
To talk about it, I'm okay.
Yeah.
To see it, no.
No.
So yeah, that's pretty weird. Pretty weird thing that happens. And I hate to say it, what's that?
That's how like some zombie movies start.
I know, that's what I told Vu. And then every time I was like looking around in the airport, if I saw someone like a little bit, I was like, they're next. It's all around us. And thankfully it didn't happen.
Good.
At least that I noticed.
Oh, I hope he was okay.
And I hope so,
sounds
too.
like, well, I don't know. Do you throw up with an appendicitis?
Yeah, doctor listeners, we've got to have some, right?
Yeah.
At least a dozen.
Yeah. You know, I used to have, I don't know if anybody knows this about me, but I am mildly melodramatic. In fact, some people have been known to call me melody melodramatic.
I like it. I think I'd go with melody melodramatic, where I'm sure they tried to work it out and then they've already solved it, and let's just move on.
It was really like witty and quick. One time when I had the really bad haircut, a roommate goes, "Don't be so melodramatic about it." And it came out like as smooth as butter. So either she had thought of it before and said it in her head at me all the time, or it just like she was that witty. But it made me liggle. It made me giggle. But I used to be a bit of a hypochondriac about things. And I remember in about, I think it was 5th grade, a kid that I went to school with had an appendicitis, and he got...
Sorry, I'm going to laugh at that, but I think I know where this is going.
He got really, like, he was very ill, like, did not come back for weeks because he almost died. Like, it was real bad.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was, like, freaking out about it and just thought that...
You thought I was catching?
What is that? I didn't think that I could catch it.
Okay.
Because I got my encyclopedia out and I researched appendicitis. And so I used to get kidney infections all the time. Very, very bad. I mean, always. It was like once I got over one, I'd get another one.
Kidney issues.
I know.
The ties that bind.
I was going to say crazy, but I said wazy.
It's way crazy.
It's way crazy. And so I always was convinced. You can ask my mom. She would even be like, "No, Melody, it's not appendicitis. Do I need to get the encyclopedia and read to you what that would be like?"
Mama.
Yeah, so I used to really, really think, and I was always scared, even through like into my adult life. Not adult. Well, I guess even now, sometimes if I get a sharp pain, which is probably like my ovaries being little bitches,
just exploding.
Yeah, if it's just on the right side, I'm like,
it's an O-splosion.
Is that going to be an appendicitis? Like, I'm positive I'm going to have one day.
Well, you know, one time I thought I might have cancer,
and you did,
and I did.
Yeah.
So that's comforting.
That's good to know.
No, my thing though, I didn't really think I had cancer. I thought there was something wrong and I didn't know what it was. But you can listen to episode 6 for that.
Something.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
What if it really is episode 6?
That'd be crazy.
I'll be really impressed with myself. I used to think though, I had a special form of hypochondria. I'm a word person, and let's talk about that. I thought I had every mental disorder I came across.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah, you didn't want to be crazy
because some stuff runs in my family.
But yeah,
I accidentally said crazy several episodes back. I was trying to set the scene of my mind as a child.
Yes,
but it could have come off insensitive, and I'll go ahead and apologize right now.
Yeah,
but I don't really feel that bad because I know what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, You guys know me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anytime I get my hands on like a psychology book or something, I would morbidly flip through it and I'd be like, oh, I think I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Oh, what if I start hearing voices? Like, it scared me more than anything, this idea that you could lose your mind.
Yeah.
Because my mind is pretty precious commodity to me.
Well, don't they say that most everybody has some
shadow symptoms
of everything?
Yeah.
You know,
my dad actually, like one night I just burst into tears and he's like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I think I have this and that, and I show some signs of being this way. And he's like, do you realize that everybody has that? Like, everybody is a little bit, and he's like, you don't have those things, but worst case scenario, you did. Like, a lot of wonderful, highly functioning, super smart, creative people have psychological issues. It's not the end of the world. Like, it's no different from having arthritis or something. It's something you deal with. Yeah. And it shouldn't be something people are ashamed of. It should
be something that we think of as being like arthritis or somebody getting cancer. Like, you didn't choose to get cancer.
Exactly.
Nobody chooses to have chemical imbalances in their brain. Like, some of us have them, you know, and
we cannot snap out of them.
No. And
it's like, it's this thing where you can't help, like, I can't help the fact that I have anxiety. That's something that I've embraced, the fact that I am an obsessive person. If I were compulsive, my house would be a lot cleaner. So I kind of wish I had the combo, but I'm really just obsessive. But which leads me to anxiety. And the more I openly talk about it and accept the fact that I have it, like, the more empowered I feel to do stuff about it, because it's not my fault that I have it. It's like just littered through my family tree. It's just the way our brains function. But now that I know, I run, I dance, I do this freaking podcast. I mean, all kinds of things that keep my brain in a better place.
Exactly. That's all you can do. Same here. I have super much mega anxiety. I
mean, it's really no wonder we get along so well.
It's true. And I get panic attacks, and you know, you just figure out how to, you know, when did I really start getting healthy exercise wise?
Like a year ago now.
About a year ago. Yeah. And I feel so much better. I feel so much less, you know, antsy about things. Yeah, I still get anxious, and, you know, traveling is a huge thing that triggers it. But, you know, I also I figure it out.
Yeah, and you're not ashamed of it. You know, it's like, yes, this triggered you and you feel anxious. That's a struggle you have. It's not who you are. Yeah. It's not even a bad thing.
It is something that I for sure want to, I think there's like definite underlying issues that I don't know how to get past, as far as like some of the anxiety. I mean, the travel stuff, being in a car, flying, just like the lack of control. I would love to get to the root of it and get past it, because I love going on road trips. I have so many places. I want to go to Thailand so bad.
Me too.
To take photos. So I want to go back to Sweden.
I want to go with you.
And how can I do that? You know, how am I ever going to get to do that? And I have so much more life left. I've got to figure out.
You haven't been this way always.
No.
So I feel like, and I also feel like it is such a common, that doesn't make it any less painful, but it's something that so many people struggle with.
Yeah.
Especially like the flying anxiety, that I feel like there have to be good therapists who can help you with that stuff.
I do too. My only thing is I read up on it quite a bit, and they say that for, you know, for that type of anxiety, they do exposure therapy. So like me being on the interstate and passing a semi, I get really,
I do too.
I start to not breathe, and then I get dizzy even when I'm driving.
Yeah, me too.
It's
the semis horrify me.
Me
because,
too.
I mean, it's rooted in something that happened to a friend when I was really young that I don't even think I'll tell you.
Stuff. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would be, I don't know how somebody could talk me through it. Yeah. And especially, I mean, like that's bad, the traveling and stuff. But on a plane, I don't think, like, there are like 2 people that have been on a flight with me who have seen it. Yeah. And who are like, oh my God, like this is really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I could get back on one to, like, it would be so hard for me with a therapist to get back on a flight to be able to do it. But I want to.
Yeah, I want you to too.
And then the whole, like, I get so anxious the days before, you know, a week before I'm traveling is just heck for everybody. Yeah. Because it's constantly on my mind. Everything that could go wrong is going through my head. And then even the days after I travel, the night after I either drive a long distance or fly in a plane is the worst sleep I have ever experienced.
Because you're so flooded with adrenaline that you can't settle down.
Nope. And I wake up in panics just over and over constantly. I mean, like probably 100 times through the night, just sit straight up, not being able to breathe.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I've experienced, not with travel in that way, but I've experienced that with similar situations where I'm going through certain types of things. Like I will get to where my heart is just racing, like when I'm trying to sleep, and I'll just suddenly wake up like in defense mode. Like I am, like there's a threat and there's not, and it happens all night long.
Yes. I get that sometimes so randomly, like nothing's even, like I don't think that there's anything bothering me. And then I'll suddenly have a few nights where I'm just like,
I do too.
I'm having a heart attack. Like I think I'm dying right now. And I will sit straight up. Same thing, like in defense mode, just freaking out.
Sorry to laugh, but I was just thinking how in the last week, you and I both had sort of a ridiculous anxiety attack about each other for the same reason.
We're idiots.
So yeah, we both, if you have anxiety, you understand this. When someone you love, like your best friend, does not text you back. And the first 10 minutes, you're like, oh, she's probably in the shower. Fine. I mean, she's fine. I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah.
And then, 20 minutes later, you're like, okay, maybe my text didn't go through. Maybe there's something wrong with my phone. How many other texts are not being received by people? Like, this is important. And then like an hour later, you're like, oh my gosh, she doesn't like me anymore. What did I say?
Especially when it's 2 people like us who are like spot on, like Johnny on the spot without responding.
Yes.
And you get so used to that you just completely forget, oh, even they sometimes have things to do
that they're doing.
Or, they can't look at their phone.
Exactly.
Like, with you had Ransom's open house for school, and you had said it for 3 days that it was at 4:00. I knew, but that day I forgot, and I was just like, something's wrong. At first I was like, oh, she must be napping. She's been napping a lot. Huh.
I have been really tired.
Well, you were back from recovering
Florida.
From vacation, and so I was like, that's good, good. She's getting a nap. I'll hear from her soon. And then I was like, a couple hours go by, and I'm like, oh God, what's happening? Of course, it was like you getting ready, and then you going, and then you being there, and then I was like, it's getting close to Zumba time. I haven't heard anything. Oh my God, is she in a ditch somewhere? What is happening? Do I need to run by her house?
After you're like, okay, she can't be mad at me. That's ridiculous. She must be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, gosh.
So, but here's part of the reason is because you and I both work from home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have your own business, you go out to work, but you work at home a lot of the time. And so do I. So it's easy to see when we get a text.
Yep.
And it's easy to respond.
Our bosses are very nice.
Yeah. My boss insists that I respond to text.
Me too.
Because I'm my boss. Yeah. But yeah, so when it doesn't happen... But it was so funny because a few days later, you were having a really busy day and you didn't respond to me, and I went through all that stuff, and it was so ridiculously funny.
Yeah, my mom was in town, and I had an event one night and then a concert the next night, and so for 2 days I was hanging out with mom, going here, going there, getting ready for this, it was the first week of school too. And it
wasn't even that you weren't responding. You were. They were just a little bit shorter than usual. Yeah. They took a little bit longer.
Yeah. And I did notice that it would be respond real quick, and it would be 2 words and to let you know that I'm alive.
Which is normal.
That's it. Yeah.
Normal and fine.
For regular humans. For us, not so much. And I even did an Instagram story about how needy I was.
I saw that. But it was so funny because when I got out of that thing and I saw your text of do you hate me? Are you okay? I just laughed so hard because I completely understood it.
And then you were like, is it something I did? Is it something I didn't do?
Yeah, then I gave her this whole speech 2 days later.
Uh-huh.
Anxiety is fun. It's
really fun.
It's really comical, and you should try it.
Yeah, everybody should try it.
Yeah.
And laugh about it.
Yeah, and also get therapy if you need it, and some medication as well.
One time I had an anxiety attack. I was having anxiety so bad, and I didn't really fully, I can remember the first time I had a panic attack. And so I knew that I had those. I didn't know that they were really related kind of thing. And
a lot of people who have panic attacks for the first time, they don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Well, and then years and years had gone by of me having actual panic attacks, and then a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I was having for a couple weeks, really bad chest pain and go shooting down my arm and up into my neck.
That's scary.
And I was obviously it's a heart attack.
That's the symptoms.
Yeah. And it was if you have that kind of pain in that side, seek medical assistance immediately. And so finally, after a couple weeks of dealing with it, I was well, it's if I don't do it, I'm going to die, And so I went late at night. My mom, bless her, drove up from Sarcoxy to be here. And it was an anxiety attack. I was having such anxiety. And the doctor was just just chill out. What's been going on? And I was nothing. I feel perfectly fine. And he was well, what's your life like? And I'm well, I'm starting a business, and I, my kids this age, and then I have another that's this age, and then there's this, and then okay, yeah, I guess I can see where there could be a cause for some sort of stress. And once I realized that that's what it was, I didn't have any more pain.
That's so interesting.
Because it wasn't in my head anymore. Yeah. And that's how it is with a lot of things with me. I can get I can be a little bit of a hypochondriac, and I think I have something, and I'm scared to get it checked out, and so their symptoms stay. And then once I realize and find out and get approval that I'm not dying, I'm oh, what was it that I had? I don't even remember because I don't feel it, and I'm fine.
Totally.
It's so crazy.
It seems so much scarier when you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
When you're pregnant for the first time and you're having Braxton Hicks, and you're oh my gosh, I'm in early labor. Yeah. And then you find out, oh, this is normal. This is a thing. Then you're oh, that's just a tiny little twinge.
Exactly.
Our minds are so powerful.
They really, really are.
Ours in particular.
Ours are, I would say, exceptionally powerful.
Exceptional in every way.
Yeah. Just same as as everything.
Yeah.
About us.
I mean, yes, I said Lizzie Gordon in the last episode instead of Lizzie Borden.
I re-listened to that at least 8 times.
I had a hard time believing you until I heard it.
Did you go back and listen?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh my goodness, what is my mind?
I said Lizzie Borden, and you go, yeah, Lizzie
Gordon. And I'm like, how many things do I say that I thought I said differently in my life?
I've done it so much.
You have, and we all have, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Deathlessly.
Definitely.
Deathlessly.
It doesn't matter if you say Lizzie Borden or Lizzie Gordon. If your friend knows that you're really interested in that particular axe murder case.
I know, you know.
You know I know.
I was like, ugh, her little tongue slipped up that time.
Yeah. There's so much in our brains. I mean, you and I have been having similar anxiety dreams, just to continue with the theme.
How crazy is that? So
it's
today,
bizarre.
I was telling Amy that last night I had a dream that I was traveling, me and my family was traveling to California, and we got there, the roads were crazy, and it was just, we were having a hard time getting there. And then when we got there, I wanted to go to Disneyland. That was like the end game. That was what we were doing. And nobody wanted to. They were like, we want to be in our hotel. And so for the first night, I was like, okay, we've been traveling. Yeah, we'll just stay in the hotel. And then the next morning, everybody was like, we want to sleep in, and then we want to enjoy our hotel. And I was like, you don't want to enjoy Disneyland, the reason why we came here? And they were like, no. And so I was like, we just drove to California for nothing. And it was me fighting with my family about it, and then getting into a car accident that wasn't bad, but it was just funny. And then Amy.
Those are my reoccurring dreams. I'm in California. I am trying to get down to the ocean, which is the one thing that I want to do. And there are all these stupid little obstacles in my way. And it's getting closer and closer to time for my flight to leave. And suddenly I realize I've been there and I never get to see the ocean.
See? How weird is that?
It is so weird. And I do think it's something to do with a longing, an unfulfilled longing.
Yeah.
Whether that's for eternity or just for maybe some more time on the beach. I don't know.
Yeah. For a special someone.
Yeah.
For
maybe,
a job opportunity.
A job opportunity. Maybe if I got...
For a special somebody.
Maybe I need more vitamin B.
Maybe
I don't know.
You need more vitamin D.
Maybe I do have a vitamin D deficiency because sometimes life is difficult with young children in the house.
I was talking about the sun.
That's what I was talking about too. Okay? It's hard to get some sun sometimes. No matter how much both the sun and you would like to.
Oh, shit.
This is the truth episode.
Folly of truth.
Folly of truth for our dewdrops. Our beautiful dewdrops on roses.
And whiskers on kittens.
Soft. I usually know the words. And soft woolen mittens.
Snowflakes that stay on my nose. No.
Soft paper packages.
Brown paper packages.
Tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things.
When the dog bites,
when the bee stings,
when I'm feeling sad,
I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Ooh.
How has your sleep been?
It's been a little too nice. To be honest.
Good dreams, not nightmares.
Oh, I've been having the best of dreams. And you know what? I like to switch things up every once in a while.
Sometimes I'm looking for more than just a sound sleep. Everyone's all, "Ooh, I slept so well." Well, what about a good story?
At Poltergeistress, we are creating a sleep experience you'll never be able to forget or get out of your mind.
Ever.
Or your dreams.
Quickly becoming the internet's most feared mattress, your Poltergeistress will show up when you least expect it, with refreshing cold mist to accompany its first appearance.
Choose from 3 levels of levitation and set the timer for the sudden sensation of cold hands around your neck when you need it most.
For a limited time, for Folie listeners, you'll even get a free consultation with a trained exorcist and 1 professional cleaning for those unexplained dark stains that keep appearing and disappearing.
Try sleeping on your new mattress for 30 days. We recommend that if you last that long, please burn it with holy fire.
Running. We actually are still running, and we didn't decide not to talk about it. We just didn't decide to talk about it.
Exactly. We chose to not talk about it or to talk about it depending if we wanted to, depending on it.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're sort of going easy on ourselves right now.
Mm-hmm.
We almost subscribe to a very rigorous Runner's World training plan.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided, I'll just do C2 5K.
Yeah. And we have the perfect amount of time.
Perfect.
I counted them today. It's about 10 weeks until our 5K.
Until the Goblin Run.
Yep. And it takes 8 weeks to complete this. So...
And I would still like ideas for costumes. We have some good ones already.
Yes. If you have a good costume, a couple's costume.
Couple's running costume.
Let us know.
I mean, there's the obvious tortoise and hare.
Yeah.
There's other things. You could push me in a wheelbarrow.
That'd be fun. You could just I'm thinking of you doing the wheelbarrow that you do as kids, where you like use your arms to run.
You're not pushing me. I am a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, you're running with your hands,
and we make it in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
It
would make really good pictures. And that's all we care about. Or you know what?
End, yeah.
I'm covered in shiny red latex, and it doesn't make a lot of sense when I'm standing up. But as soon as we get into that wheelbarrow position, everyone's like,
I get it. Okay.
And I kind of want you to be dressed as a farm animal.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah. I mean, technically they don't push wheelbarrows themselves, but
no,
they
do in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, heck, barbecue places are constantly using pigs in little aprons with forks in their hands as their mascots.
That's true,
and that's just completely meeped up.
Absurd. I'm gonna be a duckling.
Yeah,
or I want something that has gutters though.
Gutters?
Udders.
That Jeep just keeps getting in there.
I know.
Lizzie Gordon?
Yeah.
Gutters? You could be a house.
I could be just a home.
Yeah.
Unlike my own.
You would get most unique. Mine doesn't have gutters either. We're working on getting those installed.
They're stupid.
You will be gutters, and I will be a raindrop.
I love it.
Yeah.
You could be a little girl, a precious little girl, and I could be an axe.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Ooh, we could be serial killers. We could dress as our favorite serial killers and chase people.
I've always wanted a socially acceptable reason to do that.
Me too.
I'll be Lizzie Gordon.
Okay.
You be, who's your favorite?
I really like Albert Fish. I know you hate him.
He scares me so much.
I also really like John Wayne Gacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I like
very
BTK.
Recognizable. Yeah, blind, torture, kill.
Blind.
And see, that's where I thought BTK was even worse than he was. He wasn't blinding them, he was binding them.
Wait, did you really think that?
Briefly for a moment, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until I said so?
No, until I heard it read a little more about him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he
blinded?
Blinds him with a camera flash, and then he...
Oh, that's very rear window of you. So I was thinking he actually, like, gouged out their eyes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, which is no good.
Yeah, oh.
Couldn't he have just chosen better words? Like, he could have, like, gone with booty, tits, and kittens.
Yeah.
Those are my personal favorite things. And then none of this ever would have happened.
No.
You know what?
Okay, bye.
I think you should be John Wayne Gacy because he's very recognizable, and I think I should be Lizzie Borden because I have her spirit.
Yeah, you do. Or we could be the Pippin sisters.
What? How did I not think about that? We're Folie talking about this on our podcast.
But nobody would get it. We'd have to carry around eyeballs.
Yeah, we would. And we'd have to, like, say no comment to everybody.
I forgot that they did. I forgot about that. Oh, no, I want you to be Lizzie Borden, and I'm going to be the crazy old bag who said triflers need not apply.
Yeah. Oh, I love her. I mean, as much as I don't love her, but
she was awful.
She was a horrible badass. Only that one comment I did admire. Trifler. When she put an ad out for men.
An ad for men and said triflers need not apply.
Triflers need not apply.
It is bloody brilliant.
And I still want it on a stocking cap.
I want it on a shirt. I want it on my gravestone. I want it everywhere. I want a license plate.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We should get Folie to do license plates.
Hell yes.
That are like Folie Gal 1, Folie Gal 2.
No one's going to have those. It'd be easy.
Who's going to be 1 and 2 though?
Oh.
Ew.
Oh, we're going to have to race.
We'll have to rock, paper, scissors. Or we could just say that I get it because I came up with the name.
Yeah, or we could say, I'll go ahead and take care of both of them, and then I will deliver yours to your house. The appropriate one.
Oh.
Or we can draw them out of a hat.
Yeah, you'll win then. Bish.
You know what, though? Either way, we love you.
We like you.
We care about you.
Dear God, please tell all your friends we like cotton candy.
Please, please, please.
Bye.
Say bye.
And wave when we wave, but not a second sooner.
Okay, bye.
We're waving now.
You feel it?